Okay, it is day 15 of our truck build. That's my big black box in there behind me. I'd like to think we're halfway, but I'm just hitting considerable delays on freight. And being in rural Queensland, I knew it was a chance that it was going to happen, but the list of what I'm waiting for is starting to get pretty impressive. So, gas hot water system was supposed to be delivered 4 days ago. Still haven't seen it. Washing machine and fridge from Harvey Norman supposed to be delivered a week ago. Haven't seen it. Skylights and Thetford oven from Outback Camping Supplies haven't even been given a delivery date or tracking for yet, despite being ordered a week ago. What else are we waiting on? And the caboodle door fronts still saying mid-September, which that order's going to get cancelled Monday afternoon if it has not, if the people in the trade desk have not sorted that out by now. So we're kind of getting to a bit of a spot where we're going to be waiting. I've also got a mattress and bar stools. I think they're on their way, but I haven't been sort of given a date or anything on those yet. So we're getting to the pointy end where I'm going to start wanting to build cabinetry, and I'm not going to be able to really do it till I have my appliances to make sure everything's Mickey Mouse and the dimensions work and everything before I put them in. And we're going to get to a stuck point, I feel. On today's agenda, Tom and the electrician are doing the interior 240 volt wiring. And then I really want to cut in the side access door for the caravan door. But the skies today, pretty grim. So I don't know if that is conducive to cutting a big hole in the side of our truck. The other thing we're learning as we go along is that our Pantech is just a big fiberglass box. It's 4 fiberglass walls and a fiberglass roof. It has little to no steel framing and support in it whatsoever, which is great for the weight factor, but it means we can't really fix anything substantial back to a wall. Like, we can't tie a bed back to a wall. Everything has to be tied to the floor or the one running rail top and bottom that are steel. Well, the bottom one's steel and top one's aluminium. So that in itself is becoming a little bit of a challenge, and we have to start thinking about the way we're tying things back, because the traditional way of tying things back is just not an option. I don't have a solid wall to tie things to, like I did in the bus. We tied it all back to the steel channel, the running rail in the bus, and there's uprights in the bus, so there was solid things to secure to. I've got about 15 mils, I think, 20 mils maybe, of fiberglass that I'm working with, so that's not strong enough to hold anything substantial. Or brace anything. So that's starting to become a real, it's not a sticking point, but it is making us think about how we have to mount things and do things and construct things, because everything has to be tied through the floor or that channel, one channel top and bottom that we've got to fix to. So it's just taking a little bit of extra thinking. And like, just even the electrics, like, got to try to hide conduit and stuff behind cabinetry, because we won't have a stud wall. You know, you normally hide all your cabling and things inside a stud wall or a wall cavity. We don't have wall cavities, we have solid fiberglass. So just little tricky things like that we're trying to work on. But yeah, I'll probably today leave Tom and the electrician to do the internal wiring, and I might just build some caboodle units. So I've got 4 out of the 5 have been delivered. That's another one of those still waiting for delivery as well. And finish cleaning out the bus, because I've been putting it off. And I've had a couple of people now ask me for sale videos and more information on the bus. I've been like, yeah, I'll get it when I get the bus cleaned out. And I haven't done it. So I really got to get onto that too. But I think that's the plan for today. Really, it's just weather and delivery pending. So we'll see what happens for the day. One of my first jobs every morning and last jobs every night is to gather the Makita battery. So I gather everything from around the building site in the evening and put it all on the chargers through the afternoon. and then in the morning I bring them back out in this basket so that we're not running back and forth trying to get our batteries, because that's just a pain in the ass. And then my other job that I do for the morning is cleaning up after Tom. He really should have been an electrician, not a farmer, because he is super good at making one hell of a mess. So I'll try to clean that up. He's still out walking the dog, so I'll try to get in and tidy some of this up, because it really, really offends me, and I think he knows that. And I think he does it half the time just to offend me. Now the other thing I do when I clean up is all the little bits and bobs and doodads I find, I put in a box. I think everything in this box is rubbish. But what I think and what Tom thinks is rubbish is often vastly different. Now, as a former farmer's wife, I learnt that the 3 bolts that sit on the dining room table for 3 to 6 months are not rubbish, and then the day you throw them in the bin will be the day they say, hey, where'd those bolts go? I need them to fix my job. So I put, something I've learned, I put it all in a box, and then I set the box somewhere, and then eventually when they say, hey, where'd those 3 bolts go? I'll be like, they'd be in the box. And then eventually from time to time you get your farmer, husband, builder, whatever, to clean out the box and actually throw away what they don't want. But I have learnt the hard way. If you throw the bolts in the bin that you think are rubbish, they will be needed for a project in 3 months, so don't do it. Put them in a box, hide the box somewhere. Gotta love fiberglass and the PPE that comes with it, but she's now or never. We're cutting the door. I just think Tom's dodging doing the electrics this morning. Well, that lets some more light in the situation, doesn't it? Now we just got to clean it all up and then we can put the new door in, but I've got to get all that dust and shit off first. One new door.
I think it'll seal. What do you think here?
I think we'll put the clear on the outside once it's set. Do you want to shut it? Now, I know it doesn't really match in with the scheme, but I might just get it wrapped or painted or something. We'll see how we go. But that's not a priority. Cosmetics are not a priority at this stage. Functionality is. So that is one caravan door we picked up for $400 second hand from a caravan wrecker. Saved us about $1,600 on that front. Was having a really good day. Hadn't spent a cent on truck construction, which is like a miracle. And then I was walking down the Audi centre aisle and I spotted these guys. $9 for a set of 4, which is about the price of one handle at Bunnings. So just spent $60 on door handles, but bargain. So while Tom and the electrician are doing the 240 volt power, I'm going to crack on and start making some caboodle so I can stay out of the way. Now, by the time I finished the bus, I was an absolute gun at flat pack caboodle, but it's been a little minute, so we'll see how we go. And there you go, that's my 450ml sink drawer done. It took me, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I guess. Now, it's a caboodle carcass. Don't let anyone tell you if you're doing the build they're not strong enough or good enough. We've had them for 3 years in the bus now. Not a single hiccup or hitch. I did spring extra for decent draw runners when I did the bus and hinges, but we literally have not had a problem. So I can be confident this time around that the caboodle is not the cheap way out. It's definitely the quick way out. And they will handle. You take the time and build them right, making sure your corners are flush. When you build, even though everything's pre-drilled, just take the time to make sure everything's flush and square. When you pull it up, don't over-tighten things. It will last. Like I said, 3 years so far in the bus, and there's not a screw out of place. Everything's so good in there so far. End of day 15. The interior electrical is all but knocked over, just cover plates and little bits to put on that. Exterior side access door fitted. That was the 2 big things, I guess. That door took most of the morning. And then I've got a couple of the 2 out of the 5 caboodle units made. Yeah, got a bit done today. That door was a big one, so that's one big thing off the list, and it went in quite well actually. Just starting to rain now, so it's dark and cold and wet. It must be knock-off time. Back on it again tomorrow. Keeping on, just those electrics just taking so much time, so hopefully that's finished tomorrow. But we do have to do a 12-volt system for the lighting and the igniter on the gas hot water and the gas oven as well, so that's a whole other electric system that we sort of really hadn't thought about much, but now we have to think about. And then I will continue on with the caboodle, and then once the electrics are finished I can get on and build the stairs at the foot of my bed frame, and then clad all that and get that pretty close to done really. What else is going to be? And then we move on to putting the caboodle in place, and on the bathroom side, probably bathroom walls and doors and stuff I really got to start thinking about next, because that's going to come up on me pretty quick, I think.